Honey, steak's on. Come on outside. What's with the boots?
I'm sick of getting stung by fire ants.
Don't worry, I used Amdro fire ant bait last week.
I don't know. You've tried other stuff before.
Amdro's different. It's a bait. Fire ants think it's food, so they take it back to the mound to share. Once the queen and the other ants eat it, the whole mound dies. Boom, gone.
You're barefoot. Amdro must work. Off with these boots.
The backyard is so much better barefoot.
Enjoy your yard with Amdro fire ant bait.
Now that's better.
Blog Talk Radio.
Live from Los Angeles, California, it's the Jay Allen Show with your host, Jay Allen, and his co-host, Rhonda Ward.
We were created. America acts so surprised about the way that black people act in America. You made it this way. And those people who are truly in power, they know what they did to black folks.
When you got a generation like that, you got to work with them. You got to mold them and shape them and fashion them. They represent the best generation we've ever produced.
We come from the first people on the earth.
That's what he said. He said, keep the faith, baby. Don't panic.
Shut up, Jody. What's wrong? You can't stand the truth?
I need you to shut up.
Oh, the truth hurts, don't it? How you think I feel? Hold on.
Oh, we got a problem here? We got a problem here?
Well, I'm going to show you how we do it up here in Pinky's Nook. It's going to have to get to the point as grown men that you stand for something. My father told me it's not the things that you say yes to, it's the things that you say no to.
But it is not my intent to break the peace, but somebody got to ensure you don't break any laws either.
I just don't get how the first people can be so goddamn ignorant.
Nigga, please. This ain't no sitcom. They don't wrap up all nice and tidy in 30 minutes. This is life. Welcome to the real world.
Yeah, but you gotta understand where Satan comes from. He comes from Saturn. You gotta know about the planet. You gotta know about the attributes of the planet and how the planets affect your psychology. How the planets affect your brain. How the planets affect the way you feel. How the planets affect the way you think.
Universal Radio. 'Cause what you listen to matters. All right. Welcome, family. This is another edition of the Jay Allen Show. We usually go live again on a Monday night, but today it is a Sunday afternoon, Sunday early evening if you're on the East Coast or Central Time. Okay, we got a very serious topic we want to address today. We have the brother Jason Ford coming on to break his silence on the recent allegations of domestic abuse against a few women out there, okay? This is a very serious topic. The people want to know what's going on, okay? Jason has been, a lot of people follow him on Facebook. They follow his information and things like that. So we want to get his side of the story, give him a chance to speak, as well as open up the lines for the callers for you guys to call in, ask some questions, or make some comments, okay? If you guys want to call in, the number is 646-787-8180. Once again, that's 646-787-8180. This is Universal Radio, because what you listen to matters, okay? Now, before we bring the brother on, I want to introduce my co-host. Usually it is the beautiful, the lovely Ms. LaRonda Ward, but today it is one of my brothers from another. A lot of you know him out there on social media. This is Brother Rod Jarrow.
Hey, what's up, man? Am I alone? Am I on? Am I live? Can you hear me?
You on? Yes, sir.
Jay Allen, let's get this done. Today, people, check this out. I want you guys all to know that this show is not merely about outing someone or tearing them down. This show is about building and getting to the bottom of nonsense, okay? So please understand that. Be patient with us as we will be patient with you. And also know, again, this is not to slander nobody or beat them down or whatever. However, if you have personal issues and you know what's going on, please speak your piece. Jay, I'm ready to do this, man.
That's right. Okay, first let me just put it out there, me personally, the way I feel about domestic abuse. I don't believe in putting my hands on a woman in any type of manner. Okay, I don't condone that. Okay, so we are here to get the truth and hold court in a sense. All right, we want to go ahead and get the brother side of the story. Recently this week in Facebook, a lot of people were bashing this brother, whether you for him, whether you are against him. We need to hear the whole story, okay? Because like I told Brother Jason Ford, a lot of people in the conscious community, they look to him for enlightenment. They follow his posts. They follow his the things that he says on social media. So I commend the brother for coming on here, taking a stand and sharing his side of the story, because guess what? This is not something easy to do for him. So I commend the brother for coming on the show. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and bring the brother in. This is Brother Jason Ford. Jason, are you with us?
I'm here. What's going on, y'all?
How you doing,
what's
brother?
Up, Jason?
Pretty good. I'm sitting here with my wife. So y'all can have fun with that part, too. And she's not going to say anything. I did not come on this show to slam her, body slam her, do any of that. I'm still going to remain loyal, and I'm going to protect her. So we're here as a united front, and I'm going to let everybody know that. Y'all are messy. Y'all are extra. Y'all tripping with the screenshots, all the extra, doing the most, you know what I'm saying? Stay out of our business, and I'm not going to put y'all in a situation to where you can judge our marriage. Not boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, marriage. So all y'all got to stay in your lane, because when you stay in your lane, there ain't never going to be no traffic. Understand that.
Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the situation. First of all, let's talk about the first situation where I ever heard of something like this. It kind of blew my mind. I didn't really think the woman was speaking about you. There was a woman, her name was Ash Mitch. She came out with a video, I think it was maybe a few months back or something, and she was speaking on some allegations of domestic abuse against you. Now, when she mentions your name, the first thing that came to my mind was like, okay, well, I don't think she's talking about that, brother, because I don't know you personally, but I just know you from social media. So I totally dismissed. I didn't even know she was talking about you. So come to find out, she was speaking about you. So tell us a little bit about that incident, man.
Well, it starts off like this. Ash, we've been cool, for a nice little minute, and I got a text message the morning of, what was said to have gone down. You know what I'm saying? I get a text message like, hey, Jay, I got to go to court. I need a ride. I'm like, I need a ride. So I was like, okay. Well, I was like, well, come meet me where I'm at, and I'll take you, because she was in fear of going to jail because she had been brought up on charges of terroristic threat. And so I was like, okay. I was like, I'll take you. I'm like, just come meet me. So at the time, I was staying in a hotel because I got evicted from my apartment, and I was living in a hotel for a little bit. So she meets up with me, and I take her downtown Dallas, to the, the courthouse where, Lou Sterrett was, things like that, and so I wait on her, to get out of court. I sit in the car, for about 3.5 hours. And when she texted me that morning, she had already had a really bad attitude, so I know she was frustrated about the situation, but I was just trying to be a good friend to her. And when I picked her up, she had alcohol on her breath. See, I love when people make up things and they never tell their side. They never say anything. Everybody always wants to slander and do the most, but it's like, well, what did you do? You know what I'm saying? So I wait on her for 3.5 hours, and she was already drunk as hell, and she ain't telling nobody that. You know what I'm saying? So I wait 3.5 hours, and she calls me again to let me know that she's done and to come get her. And I told her I was going to park. I was like, hey, I'm going to park across the street in the little $5 parking. And she was like, well, no, I told you to park over there. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what is wrong with your attitude? I'm like, you chilling. So I finally find her, and she gets to my car, slams the door. I was like, yo, I'm like, don't slam my door. I'm like, chill the fuck out. I'm like, if you got issues that you got handling right now, don't push that on me. So what she's not telling people is, as I'm driving my car, she put her hands on me. So just because I'm 6'6", 314 pounds, that doesn't automatically make me an aggressor. And let me throw the definition of domestic abuse. Just because you see domestic abuse, domestic battery, that doesn't automatically mean that had anything to do with a woman. A brother could be fighting another brother in the house, and that could still be domestic battery, domestic violence. Doesn't automatically assume that. So
especially if they're sharing a dwelling as a couple. If two men fight, it would also be called domestic violence, domestic dispute. Most of the cases, it's in the case of when they say domestic, that's meaning spouse. I mean, there's several ways to determine that, but in most cases, domestic violence is basically, like I said, a relationship of some sort.
Well, see, that wasn't even the case, but the whole Ash Mitch situation, there were so many holes in her story. It didn't even make any sense. How can somebody beat your ass and then still give you a ride home? That doesn't even make any sense. And now she's talking about her lung collapse 2 days later and things like that. Like, are you not telling people that I tried to restrain you so I wouldn't crash my car? Why aren't you telling people that? Why won't you tell them that? She always over there sitting up here lying. I'm like, you can't do that. I'm like, and if I really did beat that ass, you're going to have way more to show for it. You're going to have a broken face. You're going to have all that because I'm not a violent person. I'm always chilling. You know what I'm saying? And why weren't the police called then? Why weren't they showing up knocking on my hotel room then if this is the truth? Why didn't you? Why did you get around? Why did I take you home and drop you off at your front doorstep if that was true? How? How, Sway? Somebody tell me something.
Okay, let me ask you, Jason. Okay, as far as you and Ash Mitch, was there any type of intimacy there? Were you guys talking or getting to know each other? Okay.
No. I was in a relationship at the time.
Okay.
I was in a relationship
Can I
at
ask
the
you
time.
a question too?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Jason?
Sure.
Were you in a relationship with any of the other women? Because we have more than one accusation.
Hell no. Anybody could say anything, but we can't take everything at face value.
No, I mean, I don't take nothing
loyal.
for face value, brother. Wait a minute, Jason. Let me just speak for a minute. We're gonna keep this kind of fair across the board and respectful at all times. Now, are you aware that it's more than one woman that has made accusations against you?
Oh, I'm aware. I'm fully aware of that.
You have any idea why their stories would collaborate so closely in extremely different circumstances in all of the instances?
No, because let me tell you something. About a woman and what I've learned. When a woman gets mad, she can say and do whatever she wants. A woman can get on the phone. A woman can get on the phone. A woman can get on the phone right now and say, like, for example, they can say, "Oh, Rod hit me." Cops coming to get you anyways. They coming. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't automatically make it true. It doesn't automatically make that true, and it doesn't make it factual. You know what I'm saying? But there's been two other instances where people are not
Jason, before you get into that instance, I have one more question about the Ash Mitch situation. Now, from what I understand, is that because that's what I was wondering. Okay, if this happened, were the authorities contacted? What's going on with that? From what I understand, she is a pro-black sister, and from what I understand, I guess she didn't want to go to the authorities initially. So she actually, I guess, told some brothers that are part of the RBG. I don't really know what section or whatever. First of all, are you a part of the RBGs?
No. I don't associate with that. Like Lone Star RBG? No. I don't associate with those cats. The only thing I've done was I just attended RBG weekend, so everybody assumes that, hey, since you live in Dallas, then hey, you're part of Lone Star RBG, and I was never affiliated with those cats like in that capacity.
Okay. All right, go ahead. You can go ahead. What about a situation with Kamisha Webb? I have never heard the situation. I don't know the circumstances surrounding that. Can you talk a little bit about that? Because she is a person who is also accusing you.
That's actually funny too, because she's a drunk too. See, ain't nobody saying that they're the aggressor. I dealt with that. You know what I mean? Coming to my house, you drunk as hell, acting a fool, and I have to restrain you, and I have to push you. I got to push you out of my house because you acting out and acting a fool. Why weren't the cops called then? Why weren't they called? Why were they called? When you get mad, you're going to say whatever the hell it is you're going to say. See, since we're going to be real, are we going to talk about everybody's inbox that she's in, showing vagina pictures in the whole nine, and you acting up and you doing the most, and you going to slander me? I ain't never done none of that, girl. Why weren't the authorities called? Why? Where are they? You cannot show me a bruise on your arm or none of that and automatically be like, oh, yeah, Jason beat my ass. No, didn't happen. We're talking about before I ever met my wife when this stuff went down.
Jason.
So can't nobody say, oh, you're a cheater, you're doing this.
Can I ask you a question?
What's that?
You consider yourself to be intelligent?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So you know you're not the only person that's intelligent then, right? I mean, anybody that's intelligent know that they're not the only one that possesses intelligence, right?
I understand that.
Okay. So, you know, I got experience with women too, right? You know, I've also been charged with domestic abuse. I've also hit a woman once or twice in my lifetime, okay? And I accepted full responsibility for that. I did not keep denying it, and I didn't keep finding a way to blame them. Total different incidences from yours. I mean, there's never been a pattern, you know what I mean? But it just so happened to be that these were women that I was in a relationship with. And, you know, I'm just going to tell you something, brother, from one brother to another. Jason, you're in denial, brother. You're in denial. Let's continue the show. Don't get offended. You know what I mean? Don't hang up. Let's keep it going. I want you to tell your story.
Didn't you just sit up and say this ain't gonna be a platform to slander me?
I'm not slandering you. I'm not slandering you. But don't.
So now I'm in denial.
No. Okay. Go ahead, brother. Because if first of all, we just talking. So I didn't know you was that offensive. I mean, because intelligence, you know, it's like you're not easily offended.
No, I'm gonna be quiet, man.
Okay, well, go ahead. I'm going to let you finish. I just wanted to ask you that question. There's no nothing, bro.
I have nothing else to say.
So just like that, something that simple could just make you not even have nothing else to say.
No, I'm letting y'all talk. So y'all.
No,
talk.
wait a minute. Hold up. We want to hear. We brought you on here to hear your side of the story, man. We don't know the story. We weren't in the situation. You know, and right here at the Jay Allen Show, we're not taking no sides. We stand on the side of the truth. Period. Point blank. That's what it is.
I already told you.
So we want to hear the rest of your story. We'd like you to finish.
I already told you.
Okay.
So
okay, let me ask you this, man. How do you feel about people who you feel are jumping to conclusions and taking sides in issues? How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about it? Well,
correct.
I feel betrayed. You know, and it's like, and I'm watching this, on Facebook. People keep jumping over the fence. They jump back over the fence, and like you jump over the fence. I'm like, damn, like take a position and stand on that. I literally saw people contradict themselves on one thread. Literally sit up there and watch it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in denial. Trust me. You know what I mean? I know it went down. Beating a woman? No. Did not.
Bad choice of words, brother. I apologize to you.
Excuse me?
I said I used a bad choice of words, and I apologize to you.
That's all right. I don't be tripping on stuff. I'm a chill cat. You know what I'm saying? I like to sit back, and I like to chill and relax and and cool out. But beating women is not one of my things that I do. I don't do that.
Okay, let me say this. When all of this shit came to light, man, it really shocked me just hearing it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because you've been a guest on my show before, and the topic of that show was what a father should teach his daughter about men. So when this all came up, it was just very interesting to me. So let me ask you right now, how do you feel about the black woman?
I love the black woman. No, there's nothing like her. Ain't nothing like the black woman. I cherish the black woman. You know, and even through all this, you know, me and my wife were still cool. And she's sitting here right now, you know, listening to the show. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's the deal? You know what I mean? But I love the black woman. I always try to pick them up. I always try to build on them. I always try to, you know, encourage them to be better, you know, than your current state is. Not saying that, you know, we were at a low state, but I'm always trying to build on a black woman. You know, especially my wife. She knows that. You know, I've always tried to build on her, you know, and build with her. And, you know, and this little gay rumor that's going around, I don't know where y'all got this crap from, but these folks are tripping on that too. And I'm like, really? I'm like, they take stuff and just run, man. They take stuff and just run with it.
I will say this about not even social media, but just life, period. Bad news travels fast. You can have some good news, and that shit will never get anywhere. But bad news travels very, very fast. Let me ask you this, Jason. Are you a drinker?
I drink a little bit.
Okay, what would you consider a little bit?
But it's not an everyday event. You know, I have an occasional drink, and when I do have a drink, hell, I turn the hell up. But I don't act a fool when I drink, because if I do drink, I get sleepy. I'm a sleepy drunk person if I ever do get drunk, but I don't drink every day. You know, I'm in the gym too much to sit up there and be turning up, you know, drinking, but I feel like it's okay every now and then, you know, to let loose and, you know, have a little fun. And that's what I do.
Okay.
I'm in the gym way too much to be drinking every day. I don't wake up drinking. I don't go to bed drinking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, once again, for the people who didn't catch it earlier, tell the people how big you are, man.
I'm 6'6", 314 pounds.
Right, and that 314 pounds, I don't know if people out there have never seen this dude, but it's not a flabby 316 pounds. This dude is pretty solid, very solid. You used to play semi-pro football, correct? Okay.
Right.
Okay. So you're a very, very big individual. So I think there are some men out there that would even have a hard time dealing with you in a physical fashion. You're a very big dude.
I'm a trained martial artist and I'm a boxer. I have no business putting my hands on nobody, and I have not. I've been training since I was 9 years old. I don't put my hands on people. I don't do things like that. I don't screw a picture. If I have to restrain you from hitting me, screw your little picture or your little bruise on your arm. That ain't nothing.
Right.
That's nothing.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's men out there. You know, who've grabbed a woman once, you know, or something like that. But beating, no. No way. Okay. Didn't happen.
Okay. Let me ask you this, Jay, man. Go ahead, Rock. Go ahead.
No, Jason. So, do you have any reason why all these women would just target you and make these accusations? Because I mean, there's more than one, there's more than two, there's more than three. You know what I mean? Do you have any idea why they would just target you and make you a target? Seems that you had a pretty big following on Facebook. I mean, you have a lot of women supporting you. Even now that you are being this so-called quote-unquote exposed, you still have some devoted women followers. Do you have any kind of explanation or reasoning or opinion as to why they would just target you to make these accusations?
Well, I mean, it's just like a celebrity or something. You hear one little bad thing, everybody going in on you, and everybody got an opinion. I couldn't even answer that question to you, honestly. If a woman gets mad, they're capable of doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it's not me doing anything to these women. Like, if I just walk away from a situation where I don't want to fuck with you at all, they get mad. They get mad. Like, you know what? We're going to go on a smear campaign on this nigga. We gonna get him. We gonna find his ass up. And that's what's happening right now. Am I tripping? Nah. Was I? I was. I was being real emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had close homeboys, turn on me. I ain't even gonna mention his name. Nigga done did a whole 360 on my ass and making videos and doing the most. But I am gonna put a Scary Ali out there though. He's a hoe. And I'm not gonna sit up here and play no games. I'm like, hell, he act like he want my wife or some shit. I'm like, really?
Okay. Do you know Scary Ali? Are you know him personally?
I've only known him from Facebook.
Okay.
We've talked on the phone before. And when the whole Ash Smith situation went down, we had a conversation on the phone. We talked, and he was even like, I don't believe her story. There's too many holes in it. And so now, you the advocate for the woman. You the advocate for the woman. Now let's slam this man because you want my shine. Jealousy. You don't have the platform that I have, so you want to try to knock me off of it. And this ain't even ego talking, but this is just the reality. You know what I mean? Niggas are jealous. Anytime somebody heard one little bitty thing about me, I'm like, damn, anybody could say anything. I can't control what people say. I can't control what they say. I can't control their actions. I'm not responsible for their behavior. Only they are. And all this slander is unreal. It's unreal. And I'm not just laugh. All I can do is laugh. And I poured me a drink on this shit. Damn right. I'm like, you know what? It's just funny to me, man. I'm just like, whoa. I'm like, the lengths black people will go through to try to tear down one of their own brothers. You gonna tear me down? You gonna tear me down? If you think I have an issue, why don't you just come to me directly? Why go around me? Talk to me. Be a man. Be a woman. Don't be a pussy. You can inbox me and holler at me and let me know what's up. Just because a woman says something, that don't automatically make it fact. It doesn't automatically make it fact. I don't give a damn what you can pull up on the internet because anybody can push anything on motherfucking internet. Yeah, I was arrested. I had my ass whooped by the cops. Damn right I did. And they slapped a whole bunch of bogus charges on me.
Right. Well, let me say this real quick, okay? Because and this is just putting it out there. I'm not trying to defend you, but I'm gonna keep it real. Now, I did see somebody tried to post your arrest record or something like that online. But the thing about it, people, is when it comes to, like they talked about earlier, domestic violence, domestic abuse, and things like that, that could be a lot of different situations. Okay, there could be a brother maybe arguing with his woman, the neighbors call, the police, and he gets taken in. I've seen it, okay? I've seen it myself. So we can't really generalize that and say, okay, this is definitely what it is. We don't actually know what it is. It could be, it could not be. We don't know. But we can't take that as solid evidence and say, okay, this happened or X, Y, and Z happened. I just wanted to clear that up. Okay? All right. Jason. Do you have anything you want to add before we bring in a caller?
No, I don't really have anything. But the only thing that I will say right now is you can't believe everything you read, can't believe everything you see. I believe more of what I actually see and less of what I've heard.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and go to these calls real quick. Caller with the last four digits, 0137, 0137. You're on live with the Jay Allen Show. Who's this and where you calling from?
Peace, this is Brother Lamont.
What's up, Mind Over Matter? How you doing?
Lamont, I'm doing good. What's going on?
What's
I
up?
just want to make a comment. As far as the accusations with him putting his hands on somebody, I haven't investigated, and I don't know. I have no opinion on that. But I want to ask Jason is that when did he step on the scene and first represent so-called quote-unquote RBG?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Oh, when did I step on the scene? Hella shit. I built it over time, you know. I recently started dropping knowledge a couple of years ago, you know. I kept it to myself, you know, about what I know, you know, for a long, long time. You know, I've never been a part of the church. I went to church only because my parents said, hey, if you don't go to church, you can't live in this house. So I'm like, hell, I went anyway. But I knew Jesus was some silly stuff, you know, and I left it at that. But eventually, when I got older, you know, I stepped out and started gaining knowledge on my own, and people started loving the knowledge, and they were like, damn, man, it's like he's a beast with the shit. And so next thing you know, hey, my platform grew and it grew and it grew. That's how I came about. I've always been here, but hey, if somebody likes your message, they like your message.
Okay, I'm not sure if you put an estimated date. I was asking for like when did you step on the scene? Like if you ask somebody, they may say, well, I stepped on the scene when I was in boot camp, or I had a friend. I seen my friend get shot, and then that made me start studying, and I stepped away. At what point did you?
It was a couple years ago.
So about 2 years.
It all happened on Facebook.
It all happened on Facebook about 2 years ago.
Yeah, about 2 years ago.
And then you became RBG. You became RBG about 2 years ago. So was there a particular incident?
No, I don't claim titles like that. I've never claimed to be a part of RBG or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay, because I remember. Wait, hold on, Rob. I remember, if it's the same Jason Ford, because it's not like you're the only one that's on Facebook and the only one that's in the world, but I remember seeing a Jason Ford the day that Facebook was going through the rainbow profile pic switch, when some people had the rainbow and other people was coming into the RBG.
Right.
Coming into the RBG by putting their profile pic up. And I remember seeing you on a video saying verbatim in the same voice, we're going to do this RBG thing. And I remember looking at it thinking, like, who is this dude? Was that you in that video?
See, you can't take what I said out of context. See, RBG isn't a group. I represent the Pan-African Liberation
man,
flag.
I want to stop that one right there. I want to stop both of you guys because we get kind of getting off track. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is about addressing these accusations that this brother is making in this so-called movement and the gathering and improvement of black people. So we're gonna go ahead. Hey, Lamont, we're gonna get back to you though, brother. And we really appreciate you calling.
Wait. I want to say one more thing.
Okay, we got a lot of callers though, bro. We got a lot of callers though.
Just real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
As a lesson to this community, if y'all gonna deal with what the man done, you need to deal with where he came from. And if you look at the origin of it, now I clearly asked the man, because I feel this is vital in importance right here. If y'all want to have like a real show, because it's like, only people that truly know what happened between Jason Ford and his situation is the two people that was present, and therefore any other witnesses. They're the only people that know.
Okay, so maybe we're gonna get to that, man. I mean, first of all, I don't want to go into that what's right and what's wrong and who's doing what in what order. This is a real show. We all know this shit is an internet radio show.
Hold on. Jason not opposing me. Though. He's not opposing anything.
I know, but I'm telling you that we got other people though. We got other callers though. We're gonna keep this shit respectable. We got other callers, so we want to get everybody's opinion and we want to get through some other things. And if you just stay there and listen, you're gonna hear some other stuff, brother.
Okay, y'all gonna sweep up underneath the rug how anybody can just step in the community and start claiming something and start banging information
but I'm gonna do shit the way I do shit though too, huh?
Y'all sweeping that. That's a vital importance right here.
Yeah.
That's a vital importance right there.
Okay, go to the next caller, Jay.
Why is everybody so emotional? That's our problem. That's our problem.
Yeah, come on, Jason.
Everybody's emotional as fuck.
Ain't nobody emotional. Ain't nobody emotional. But it is. Some people are sick of lies. Some people are sick of lies. Some people are sick of lies.
Ain't told no lies here.
Shit.
So
okay, I beg to differ.
You gonna sit up here and try to attack me?
Okay, let's keep it moving. Hold up, let's keep it moving.
Okay.
Right. Calm down.
And beat you just on Facebook, but ain't nothing stepping to me though.
Okay.
Ain't nobody stepping to me.
Okay.
Who's stepping to me? Step to me then. Be a man.
What you need? What you need, bro? What you need? What you need? What you need?
All right, look.
I'm tired of playing with y'all. I'm sick of playing with you niggas.
What you want to do?
Okay,
what you want to do?
What you want to do?
What you need?
Let's get it. Let's go.
Listen.
Let's
Jason,
rumble. Let's rumble.
Jason.
Let's go.
Hello?
Let's go. Let's get it. Sick of y'all.
Are you finished, man?
Yep, sure.
Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Let's keep this shit chill, man, because we want to get through this show. Okay.
Some Jerry Springer shit. Yo.
We're gonna go to the next caller with the last four digits. 3352. You're on live with the Jay Allen Show. Who's this and where you calling from?
Hi, good afternoon. This is Tammy, Mind Over Matters Queen. And before I want to say what I'm going to say, I would just like to say to Rod because I'm not gonna accept being spoken over or cut short because on plenty of people's radio shows, Rod, you take the fucking floor. So I don't appreciate what you just did to your friend just now on the phone. We all know it's your platform today and it's your time to shine. I've got something to say, and I would like to say it uninterrupted. Okay, let me speak now. So anyway, I believe in what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Everybody, I'm speaking. Excuse me. I know more than anybody in this whole so-called community or movement knows what it's like to be judged on Facebook. Like Lamont said, no one knows what happened except the man in question and the person, unless they're witnesses what happened. It's not good to judge because let me say something. Everybody who I know is judging this man, and believe me, I'm a friend of Ash Mitch. The only reason why I'm going to say, yeah, he's guilty is not because of what Ash Mitch told me or because of what any of those other women are putting on Facebook. It's just by his demeanor just now a few seconds ago. That's all it's answered for me. But at the end of the day, sometimes when people call in to have their say, it's not good to cut them off because when they're coming straight to the point. Because as we all know, Rod, a lot of these radio shows sometimes go off track. But if you let the man talk, we probably could have got back on track. And now I'm hot. I'm out of respect.
I'm bringing
Alan,
them back on.
Or stop talking. Or I'm going to say it's not good to judge people because we've been there.
I'm bringing them back on. That's the whole
thing. Thank you for your
Why
time.
we having this conversation.
All right, thank you,
I'm bringing them back on.
Appreciate you. All right, okay, let's chill. All right, let's go ahead and take
let me say something, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
Listen, just because I spoke and I speak in defense of myself, if I raise my voice or I get fucking angry, y'all have to understand where I'm coming from. Y'all got to understand the frustration and the pressure that I have to constantly deal with nonstop. Everybody's always coming for me, so yeah, you go get an outburst. So, no, I'm not guilty of anything. Okay. But what I will say is I am frustrated at all this drama. I'm sick and tired of everybody trying to beat me up and use me as a human punching bag. And it will make any man frustrated and pissed off. And I'm completely pissed off at people's behavior as of late.
Okay. All right. Let's take it. We got a lot of
calls.
Hold on. Let's go ahead and take the next call. Okay. Caller with the last 4 digits 9562. 9562. You're on live at Jay Allen Show. Who's this one you calling?
This is Barry King. Peace and Black Power. My thing, Jason, man. As a man, you know what I'm saying, I was just in a situation where, you know what I'm saying, I put my hand on a woman, you know what I'm saying, a family member. But, you know, it was a story to that, you know what I'm saying, it was a reason. And a lot of people never knew the reason. You know what I'm saying, and it comes a time where, you know what I'm saying, you got to be, as a man, to, like, you know, if you did put your hand on women, apologize to them, and, you know what I'm saying, and well is forgiven, because, you know, a lot of people say what they won't do and what they will do until they put in a situation where they will do. So, you know what I'm saying, all that, you know, that tough stuff, bro, talking about what you finna do to these people and all that stuff, bro, because you know you in denial, like Brother Ross said, you in denial, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be a man, because that 6 feet and 300, that don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas packing heat out here, man. Niggas ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, man up, man. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, and this ain't no diss, but then I hear some feminine in you too, bro. So I don't know what you battling and whatever going on, bro. But you need to tighten up with that, man, and get out of denial, man, and apologize to the women, man, and let's keep this shit moving and stop bullshitting. Because if you can't handle your liquor, then it's something that you don't need to be doing then, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Who said I drink every day?
I don't know what you do.
If I do have a drink, I have a couple. Yeah, but y'all not gonna come over here and talk to me like I'm some kind of alcoholic or some shit, because I don't wake up drinking and I don't go to sleep drinking, like I said. You know what I'm saying?
Drunk,
but you can call me feminine all you want, but I know the deal, and it ain't no matter of what I say I'm gonna do to somebody. But if I feel threatened, anybody's gonna defend themselves, and that's just gonna be that, man. Appreciate you calling in, though.
All right, Brother Barry, we thank you for your call, man.
Well, peace and Black Power, man.
Hey, Barry, this Rob, man. Hey, look good looking out. Very glad you called in, brother.
No, peace, bro.
All right, brother.
All right.
Let's go to another caller
with the last 4 digits, 8426. 8426. You're on live, Jay Allen Shows. That's where you calling from.
What's up, man? It's Robert Arthur, man, on Facebook, man. And
what's your name?
Y'all, a lot of niggas got
I'm
this
sorry,
Facebook
I didn't catch the name. What's
my
the
name
name?
is Robert Arthur. Robert Arthur, man. Robert Arthur. I'm
Okay,
from
Robert,
Louisville,
okay.
Kentucky, man. And that's what I learned, man. Facebook shit got a lot of niggas got this Facebook fame shit fucked up. Like y'all be busting up off this Facebook fame and y'all give y'all emotions and shit like that. Y'all gotta cut that out. As far as the size really don't mean shit to a real nigga, man. That shit don't mean nothing. Cause I feel like everybody we can do on RPG weekend. We can get some boxing gloves. We can pick straws and put on them gloves and go for what we know. And everybody can show that all that mouth everybody get, they can put their motherfucking dukes up. I mean, and then we can all ball. After we ball, we can ball.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of talk. There's a whole lot of talking, all this Facebook shit. This shit's all some new shit. This is new, man. Let's go to the old school with this shit.
Right. Only problem I got with that, Robert Arthur, is I'm 51 years old. I'm not putting gloves on with nobody unless I'm getting paid.
I can dig it, OG. I can dig it. But I'm talking for everybody. I'm talking for the people that like to talk physical. The people like to talk about
Yeah. I mean, that's
I'm
the whole
the one
thing,
to talk
too.
physical.
Yeah, I think was it Scarface or somebody, Ghetto Boys told us that, size ain't shit. And that's
right.
pretty much
I like that physical shit. Big or small, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I'm just saying, though,
right.
and as far as hitting women, that's bitch shit, straight up, whether the motherfucker did or didn't. If you did, you did. And if you didn't, hey, it's on you and that person. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But I tell you what, it's funny hearing all this shit because it's funny as a motherfucker when you read the comments, and I love it. You see all kinds of funny shit about yourself, bro. You got to laugh at that shit, bro, for being so emotional. Don't think that's
I'm cool. I'm good, bro.
Hey, Robert, we appreciate you calling, brother. But look here, man. We're gonna go to the next caller, man. We got a lot of people.
What's up, bro?
Hey, Robert, we cool, man.
Yeah, man. Don't be so motivated. It's fun, bro.
Okay, listen, Jay. Let's go to the next caller, man. Thank you, Robert, for calling in, bro.
Ain't no love lost, bro.
All right, let's go to the next caller. When we bring this caller in, let's try to refrain from talking over each other because when we do that, people can't hear what's going on, and we want to be clear. Okay, caller with the last 4 digits 65. Well, before we bring that caller in, if you're listening out there, you want to call, you have a question, you have a comment. The number is 646-787-8180. Once again, that's 646-787-8180. Universal Radio, because what you listen to matters. Caller with the last 4 digits 6526. 6526. You're on live with the Jay Allen Show. This is where you're calling from.
What's good? This is Shaka Shakur. Jason, this say you fucked up, bro. To say I did what I did, I fucked up. That's the easiest way to go.
How you so sure? How you so sure, bro? How you so sure, man?
Me and Ash Smith been friends forever, bro. Like I said, I seen pictures.
What, a bruise on the arm? That constitutes beating?
Her getting choked out as far as the bruises on her neck with your hand on it.
I ain't touched that girl, bro.
I got the pictures, bro. You want me to post them?
I don't care about no pictures. Hell, I've seen them already.
I know you don't.
Are y'all gonna call in to try to beat me down, or y'all gonna talk to me?
No, I just gave you some advice. I gave you some advice, but you don't want to listen to it. Accountability. Just say I fucked up. Say I fucked up. I put my hands on it. I'm sorry. It's easy. It's fucking easy. You making yourself look like a liar, bro. Like I said, all the stuff you didn't did,
that's your opinion, though.
It's not an opinion. I'm trying to tell you. All right, bro. You lied and you jumped on the show, but we'll see.
Hey, I came on this show to tell my side of things. All right, peace.
Yeah. This is, like I said, accountability, bro. I ain't bashed you one bit. I said, just take accountability.
All right, thanks for calling in.
Hey, brother, what was your name, brother? I'm sorry, what was your name?
The Shaka Shakur.
Shaka Shakur. Hey, brother, listen, I appreciate you calling in, man. You said something that made a whole lot of sense, you know what I mean, taking accountability and responsibility. I appreciate your call, man, seriously. Thank you for calling in. Before we go to the next caller, Jay, I want to ask Jason Ford just one question. and make a comment.
Okay.
Okay. Jason, do you think that, by playing football, do you think there's actually a medical definition for this word, and I can't find it right now. But do you think that maybe because you played football for so many years that you could actually, I'll tell you what you could refer to, like that movie Concussion. Do you think you could have like some of those symptoms or something like that?
No.
No?
No.
Well, I don't understand it, brother, because, we were talking, because I'm probably just as aggressive as you, but I'm working on that, being more mild-mannered, you know what I'm saying? There's not a man on the planet that, I have any kind of qualms with as far as fearing him. Size don't mean nothing at all, But I just want to ask you, you don't see that you have a pattern to become violent, like, instantaneously?
No.
Okay.
No, I already told y'all not too long ago. It's like the frustration and all this beating me down. Shit. It take a toll on somebody, man.
Right. Listen to this though. We're all frustrated, brother. We're all frustrated. So you can't expect that, because I'm not going to allow you to talk to me any kind of way on the phone or in person, any other place we meet at. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to you a certain way, and you're gonna talk to me in the same tone, or we're not gonna speak. You know what I'm saying? But I have nothing against you, brother. I'm saying this show right here is about getting to the truth. You know what I mean? And sometimes, we make mistakes and we need to grow from them and just move forward, instead of trying to justify actions that are sometimes just not acceptable.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I'm just saying, brother. I wanted to just drop that on you, man. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take some more callers in. You know what I mean? So you can go ahead and keep, allowing yourself to, get it off your chest. Okay.
Okay, let's go. Caller with the last 4 digits, 1654. 1654, you're on live at the Jay Allen Show. This is where you calling from.
Yo, what's up, fam, man? This Doolittle, Rod Doolittle. Texas,
what's up, bro?
Man? What's up with y'all, fam, man? This is a great day. This probably needs to happen. This ain't about no whoever, truth come out, whatever. But let it be known that Roger Terrell Doolittle, that's what many of y'all know me as on Facebook. We fuck around like that daily, so that's how y'all know me. But I've been I'm still is, but I just have to distance myself from I'm still calling my brother. But it's I guess you could say it's an in-house quarrel. And I'm under the impression that it's been 2 pages made, and I ain't be wanting to go off of first, where somebody come in, hey, every time somebody come, you be like, hey, move you in.
Rod, let me stop you real quick, Rod. Do you have us on speaker? Because it sounds like you're in a tunnel or something like that. It's hard to hear you.
I'm actually in it sounds like a tunnel, you say?
That's a big old echo. No, but hey, Doolittle, bro, I need to holler at you anyways. Doolittle, can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me better now?
Yes, that's a lot better.
Hey, yeah.
Okay, I had a speaker. I had a earpiece in. My bad, y'all.
Hey, but Doolittle though. Yeah, I need to holler at you anyways. But as far as that second page, bro, I have no idea what you're talking. I have no idea what that is.
But no, on some real shit though. I mean, am I gonna get to talk or what? What you talking about? I mean, no. I'm talking about as far as the I don't know how much truth gonna come out of this, because the way I see it going, I still smell bullshit a million miles away. But like I say, I had to tell everybody, Roger Doolittle has had some quarrels with his old lady, but we still together. It wasn't no hold down, beat down, scrap, whatever. Like, if you any real man, I'm gonna own my shit. We did have a fight. It wasn't no fight like face punch to the face or shit, but she did get 3 fingers across the lip after the fact. I probably got them hands put on me. But it's cool. I mean, I ain't trying to make no excuse. Even in that, I guess I got to work to prove, like, hey, you get hit by a woman, shit, sit there and shut up, get out the way. But at that point, I wasn't there then, but I can say I'm a little closer there now. I'm owning my shit. I'm a better person than I was then. I learned through my shit. I grow through what I went through. I own my shit. Anything, and ain't no secrets that anybody on this planet can expose on me. Because I'm a grown-ass man, and I own my shit, and I tell it, that's part of my little shit. I always say, own your shit, hashtag, own your shit. That's the only way you can get better. You keeping a Band-Aid over this shit and thinking it's going to heal, whoever it is. This ain't applied to no just Jason or just Roger or whoever. That's my motto. I'm one way. Facebook really barely even represents 0.1 of who the fuck I am, to be honest. But, I kind of got caught up in the hoopla
and I kind of went back to my old ways because I wanted to see some folks, you know. And it is what it is with me. I ain't fucked up about no ass whipping, but this is about nation building, so we ain't even got to talk about it because for a lot of us, sure, we all come from backgrounds that could include, yo, I'm going to go see that man. I'm going to go see that person, you know. But it's like, hey, for the slander, whoever's behind them fake pages, let them be known. That's coward stuff. Everybody knows it, but you got my name in my mouth. I mean, the evidence is what it is. You can't do nothing. Whoever doing it, we know it's going to come out. So as far as all the other stuff, I just wanted to put that out there for whoever listening and everything. Yeah, Roger Doolittle I'm still 100 on mine, 10 toes down. And ain't no big deal. I ain't fucked about no fake pages because, first of all, that's like talking shit in protective custody. I've been in all of that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen all this happen. So if we're going to be like men, we can do whatever. But at the same time, it's one love to everybody. I mean, it ain't about it until I say whoever, if you ain't owning your shit, this whole call going to be useless. All of this going to be useless. So it's all this fucked up manipulation, the deception, the trying to giggle off shit, the deflection. Get to the nitty gritty. My mom always told me everybody ain't telling the same lie on you. Where there's fucking smoke, there's fire. So follow the fucking smoke trail, you get to the fire. And it's one love on my end. Peace to the gods.
All right, peace. Jason, would you like to respond to anything that Roger said, Roger Doolittle?
Oh no. I mean, as far as fake pages being made, I have no idea. I don't have that kind of time, you know, to create fake pages and do slander and all that other stuff. I leave that up to you know, the childish people. You know what I'm saying? But no, but Doolittle, you still my dude. I love you, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call you here in a little bit. We're gonna rap, and we just gonna build from there.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take the next call. Caller with the last 4 digits. Let's see here. Last 4 digits 0171. 0171. You're live on the Jay Allen Show. Who's this and where you calling from?
Peace. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Who's this?
Hey, this is Omar, man. XRBG.
All right. What's up,
I mean, Jason know who I am. I got a question because I know when you said, have you ever? He never mentioned that he didn't hit a woman. He said he didn't beat her, and I'm kind of curious.
No, don't try to play word games, man. I've never hit a woman, so yeah, let's go forward from that, bro. I already know. I know who you are. You're a snake too. So
no, I mean,
you can go ahead and hang up.
Facebook, but you already know what it is between us. I ain't got no beef with you, bro. It was just a general question. I listened to the whole thing, you know, and I watched on Facebook. You know what I mean?
No.
And then another thing, though, you know.
Is that good enough for you?
And another thing, you know, you missed the tribunal dealing with RBPP, you know, and we had the same story. We had the same discussion that we're having now. How come you didn't call in then?
I wasn't about to call into that kangaroo court because my lawyers advised me not to call in on that. And that was a whole messy ass situation again. Got my baby mama involved on the call, and y'all gonna have that kangaroo court against me? Come on, man.
Okay. Then another thing, you made a video. You made a video saying, you know, now you talk about you wouldn't put your hands on nobody or this and that. You made a video threatening Brother Scar. Then you turn around and ask for your lawyer. Said something about you gonna get a lawyer. Your lawyer gonna be at his door, some white man. I mean, you very emotional, you know, and just listen to the allegation of who you are. Like Sister said, like I personally believe you're guilty. You know what I mean?
Cool.
And you are in denial. And all you gotta do is own up to your shit, bro. Everybody make mistakes. You know what I mean? It's just about owning your mistakes. You know, when you true to yourself, can't nobody tear you down. And that's all it's about. But that's it, man. That's all I got to say, bro. I'm out, man. I appreciate the conversation.
All right, no doubt, brother. No doubt.
All right.
Okay, what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be right back after this commercial break, y'all.
If you saw the ad for today's show on Universal Radio, it was created by none other than Graphic Ape Design. If you are interested in getting an advertisement made for any type of event you have, a party, a business, anything, contact Graphic Ape Design at facebook.com/Graphic Ape Design. Or they can also be found on Instagram at Graphic Ape Design. and that's 8 as in monkey. Universal Radio.
All right, people. This is the Jay Allen Show, and once again, if you're just visiting us, the topic is Jason Ford breaks his silence. The recent accusations of Jason Ford putting his hands on a few women in the community, and he is here to break his silence, people. So let's go ahead and continue with this conversation. Let's go to the next caller. Caller with the last four digits, 0615. 0615, you're on live with the Jay Allen Show. Who's this and where you calling from? 0615, are you there?
Oh, peace, Jay Allen. This is Scary. I'm calling from Chicago. But
Scary, all right. Oh, okay, all right.
I want to speak on the issue because people think that it's a whole publicity stunt, and it's about some Facebook. But if anybody knows me, they know I'm one of the ones that I'm active in the community. What I'm doing out here in Chicago right now, I'm getting prepared to go to a meeting right now as far as bringing some liberation to the streets of Chicago right now. But I was going to go on the situation because Jason was actually a brother that I had a lot of respect for. I heard these other two stories, and I just swept it up under the rug like, no, it's being a friend of somebody because, the brother dropped some hot knowledge and shit. And, we actually hollered on the phone, all type of shit. But when this third one came, and he was like, when you asked him about it, it's not oh man, I fucked up. It's, man, she's lying, man. All these women ain't lying. I remember back when we was kids. You remember when you were like me? I don't know if y'all was class clown. I was class clown. So I go to every class, acting up and shit, and it'd be 3-4 teachers call my mama. And I'd be like, Ma, they lying on me. And she, boy, they ain't lying on you. You ain't even know I'm already in class. What three people gonna tell the same lie for? So that's what I'm just into. Like, now it's like, why would three people tell the same lie? And that's the first video I came, and I didn't send no threats to the brother. I just told him that was some bitch ass nigga shit. At least tell the people what it is and be like, man, I apologize. I'm bogus. I'm fucked up. I got a problem. And we will try to help you get help with that. But when a nigga talking about he ain't do it, and then next thing you know, another woman come out of somewhere, then the baby mama coming out of somewhere, he done hit her, starting to burn her house down. There's a lot of shit that's coming out about this dude. And,
Hold on, pause.
My
baby mama? Really, bro? My baby mama, where was the threat that I sent to burn down the house, man? Come on, you got to know when folks are embellishing. You got to know when people are embellishing, bro.
I don't know what to think, brother, because
this is the deal. I'll tell you what,
you saying they not happening. And then,
I'll tell you what, bro.
I did some research about you. I did some research about you, brother. And every time you get locked up, you're getting locked up for obstruction of evidence and government property and shit like that.
Listen,
what is these charges? Because
you remember the post I made? You remember the post I made? Do you remember the post that I made? I didn't do anything wrong. I only got pulled over because the cop said I was texting and driving. And that was a motherfucking lie. I was held at gunpoint. No, that's not true. It's not true. It's not true. It don't matter if it's on it. It doesn't matter if it's on the internet, bro. I know what happened. It did not happen. It didn't happen, bro. It didn't happen. No, obstruction and all that. How? Hell, I got hit with all those fake charges, and I made that known. Them charges wasn't true. Okay. I got slapped with them because Benton Police Department, they crooked out here. And I said that in my video. And even people here have told me, they're talking about, be careful in Saline County. Be careful here because these cops, they'll hit you with anything.
But what about,
that did not happen, bro.
What about the women?
That didn't happen, bro.
What about the women?
It didn't happen.
Because now
I'm trying to tell you, it didn't happen, bro.
They don't even know each other, though, Jason. Come on, man.
It didn't happen.
It's like, man,
it didn't happen.
It's like, if multiple women say, man, Scary slapped me,
Anybody
I
can
don't
say.
want the community to hold me down because
Anybody can
like that.
Anybody can say something just because I'm a big dude. Oh, he a big dude. Oh yeah, he automatically hits on women and he beats their asses. No. Y'all can say I'm in denial. You can say I'm in denial all y'all want, but I know what's real. Like this isn't. I've been on the phone. I've been on the phone dealing with you guys for an hour. Are we done here?
Hello?
Are we done here?
Okay, let's go ahead and move to the.
I've had enough.
Ascari.
Yeah.
Hey, brother, this is Roderick Jarrett. I don't know if you know me, man, but I'm also into the improvement of our people. So, I mean, first of all, I want to just extend a well wishes to you, and I commend you for what you're doing out there, especially in Chicago right now. Listen, brother, thanks for your call. If we get a chance, we're going to bring you back on. But right now, man, we got to get going. Check this out, callers.
I'm about to go with this meeting, King. I just want to call in, and just clear that out because I don't want nobody to think that I came on some hater shit over no likes and no clout on Facebook because I can really give a fuck about Facebook. It's baby
right, exactly.
Right now, So
exactly. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat, my brother. You know what I mean? But the thing is, the nonsense that's going on, it needs to stop. You know what I mean? These people putting these false images of who they are on Facebook, and that's not who they actually are. They're not actually about, building. So this is the whole purpose of this show, is giving this man a chance to speak and voice his opinion. Look here, check this out, Ascari Ali. We appreciate you calling in, brother. You know what I'm saying? And, you have a good day, man, and thanks for calling.
All right.
Peace. All right.
Thank you.
Peace.
All right.
Let's go to the next caller, man. We need to get some people in here, man. We got a lot of callers, man. We need to keep it moving,
All right.
Let's
got a lot
of
shit going
on,
caller.
so let's get better.
Calling with the last four digits, 5921, 5921. You're live with the Jay Allen Show. Is this where you calling from? 5921, are you there?
5921?
I'm on here. Hold on.
Oh, wow. Let's get it going.
No, can you hear me?
Yeah, okay. If you come into the phone a little bit better, we can hear you kind of going in and out.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
hello?
we can.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is Ashet Ford. This is Jason's wife.
Oh, okay. So you guys are right here together,
Jason,
right?
Jason is not. No, Jason his call just hung up. He's not on the line.
I have no clue where Jason is, but I'm in Little Rock at my family's house. I'm having dinner. Actually, Jason is calling me on the other end right now. I'm not with Jason. I posted pictures on Facebook showing you guys how much of a liar he is. I am nowhere near Jason. Jason is at a hotel in Benton, Arkansas.
Wait a minute. Stop. Let me stop you right there. So you mean to tell me that you are not with Jason? He just said his wife was sitting right next to him while he was on the line. You are not with him.
You should have told him to pass the phone. I posted pictures on Facebook telling everybody my location. If you can hear my background, I'm actually at a dinner with my family. Can my family please say hello to everybody that's on the radio? I am not with Jason Ford. Jason Ford is a liar.
Yeah, exactly. And
Jason Ford is an alcoholic. I dated him from a long distance, so we used to go back and forth, and I knew he liked to drink. But until we got married was the day he got really, really drunk, was the first altercation. And the reason why I did not tell everybody the first time that he did this is because I went to the people of my yacht, to Queen Mother and them, and I explained to them what happened. And they told me that I was wrong for going to the cracker and I should have handled my marriage differently. They could have sold my stitches up and nobody would have knew about it. So I waited.
Who told you this?
The people of my yacht, Queen Mother, what's her name?
Mayada,
Toya.
I mean, where are they located?
I don't know. These are the people that he deal with. The Mayada. Everybody on Facebook know them. I have to give you her information. But anyway, I went to these women, and this is what they told me. So I waited a few days, and I seen everybody was like, Jason posting all on Facebook. Jason made a video about you. Jason said you wasn't a good wife. Jason said this. Jason said that. So I waited, and I was like, okay, since they said I should have went to the police, maybe I should reach out to somebody in the black community. So I waited, and the only person that I felt like would have a voice that would believe me was Ascari. So I inboxed Ascari, and I told him, and he was like, no, you're the third person. I never knew about anybody else. And I was like, what do you mean the third? And so that's when we found out all the other information. I sent proof. I actually called the police immediately after this happened. We was actually at a hotel because Jason got mad and he left the house. He went to a hotel room. I went to the hotel to talk to him. He had been drinking. I tried to get up to leave. Jason threw me on the bed. I tried to get up again. Jason threw me around the room like a rag doll, picked me up, and threw me into the dresser. The edge of the dresser, my ankle went into the edge of the dresser. So I immediately looked down, and there's blood everywhere. Jason held me down and was screaming, why won't you love me? Why won't you let me be a man? Why won't you let me leave? And I'm steady begging, let me go, let me go, let me go. I'm crying. I'm bleeding everywhere. I could taste blood in my mouth. He scraped my teeth against my jaws because he squares my jaws and was like, if you say anything else, if you scream again, I'll knock your fucking teeth down your throat.
That's what he said.
So I get out of the. That's what he said to me. I left. I couldn't walk that good. Every time I stepped on my ankle, blood started gushing out. I went to the hotel lobby and asked them to call for ambulance. They called the ambulance. The police got there first. They thought Jason stabbed me because the dresser went so deep because it hit on the edge. It went so deep into my ankle. The ambulance got there. They was like, there's nothing we could do to this. You need stitches, and you won't stop bleeding. We have to take you to the hospital. I went to the hospital. The police actually went to the hospital with me. They sent other police to look for Jason. Jason barricaded himself in my apartment. They took 45 minutes to get him to come out. They was about to kill him because he was refusing to come out. Jason went to jail for 3 days. His parents were calling me and begging me not to tell anybody and was like, you know, give your marriage a second chance. Just see how he act when he come home. And he got out of jail. I let him come back. 2 days later, Jason get drunk again. Jason tried to drag me out of the house in front of my son. Like, he like, this is over. I'm not marrying you no more. I'm done, and you don't know how to be a wife, and you don't know how to respect me, and you won't let me lead, and just all this stuff. So he trying to drag me out of the house and pull the ring off my finger. My son right there, he panicking. My son actually had a panic attack because he didn't know what to do. So I'm telling my son, call the police, call the police, call the police. So the police get there. And the same thing, Jason just out there screaming, like, I don't know why she called the police. I didn't even touch her this time. And then the third time, which was yesterday, the police called my phone. Jason actually called the police on me and said that I had people on Facebook threatening him. He was filing terrorist and threatening charges against me. He want a warrant put out for my arrest for terroristic threatening because Ascari supposedly threatened him on Facebook. Now, this is what the police told me. It's in a report. I'm supposed to go pick everything up Monday and get a restraining order so I can get an annulment. But I have records of everything.
Okay. Let me say this real quick. Okay, now I told everybody out there we stand on the side of the truth. Okay, I don't take no sides. We stand on the side of the truth. So now, before the show, I talked to Jason just to make sure everything was straight for the show. Jason told me that he just got off the phone with you and that you guys were working everything out. So that was not true.
That was absolutely not true. We have court April the 11th, and I'm asking anybody out there that have any information that can help me press this issue. He held me against my will and would let me glow when I was bleeding everywhere. And I want this domestic battery to stick. I want him to go to jail. I want to help every woman that he's done this to. I'm going to be the one to send him to jail. And that's my husband.
Wow.
Oh, okay, I said. So, again, you met this man in August and married him in February, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so he just went on a radio show that you guys had an extensive history, and he has been knowing you. So basically you've known him probably about 6 months prior to marriage, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. So there you have it, people. There you have it. For all of you that's following Jason Ford, you are either crazy or psychotic as he is, because the man is a blatant habitual liar and a psychological misfit. And for all of you that continue to follow him, and you got these fraudulent people, these Maya people, these cracker smacker people, all these people looking for fame, you know what I mean? And I mean, under these false organizations, under these false schools and everything, y'all heard it. Y'all being duped and y'all being played, taken for suckers. There it is. Go ahead.
Okay. And another thing too is, you know, with the women out there and as well as the men, I mean, you got to really get to know these people before you actually get close to them. You know, there's a lot of people on Facebook who are not who they post to be, P-O-S-T. They are not who they supposed to be. They may, you know, have some very enlightening posts, and they may, you know, kick some knowledge and this, and that. And I understand that women are infatuated with men in high positions that they still hold some type of power or intelligence. I understand that. But at the same time, we really have to start taking our time and taking baby steps and getting to know some of these people and who you actually dealing with. Okay.
I'd like to add.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Jay.
No, go ahead, Rod. Go ahead.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to add to all of the women that are involved, I want you guys to know that this does not relieve you of your responsibility. I think that you guys should be really awakened from this incident and to know that you did have some accountability to play in this, because there's no way a man can just randomly do this to women. I mean, you guys, you abusing this word, saying that you're conscious, saying that you're aware. Consciousness and awareness, you should be easily able to identify a fraud. You know what I mean? But I guess, you guys are still on the physical path. You see a brother that's big and tall with dreadlocks. Y'all get so, oh, he got dreadlocks. He a guy. I seen women painting pictures of him and all this kind of stuff. So y'all fell into it just like y'all do celebrity chasing. So I'm just going to say this. If y'all into celebrity chasing and y'all ain't really about improvement, man, there ain't no need for me to even be talking to none of y'all, because I'm real about this. I'm serious about it. I'm really trying to do something for the future generations and ourselves. And it just seems like, a lot of y'all are caught up on the foolishness and entertainment. So, I mean, the brother is sour. And the thing about it as well, the women that was involved, y'all need to take some responsibility and accountability as well. So let's go ahead, Jay, and get on to the next person, a caller, or let her finish if you need to say some more. If you need to speak some more, I'll say you're welcome to.
Ashet, did you have anything else you wanted to say? Okay, I think
no, I'm good. I just appreciate everybody's support. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, sister. We appreciate your call. All right. Now, people out there, this show is taking a different turn. Okay. At the start of the show, Jason Ford said more than once. He said more than twice that his wife was sitting right there next to him. He also said that his wife, they were, I guess, reconciling their situation. He said that she was sitting there next to him. She wasn't going to say a word. His wife just called in and said that was a lie. She is nowhere near him, and she is actually pressing charges against him for domestic abuse, and also has a restraining order that's going into place with him. So let's go ahead to the next caller. Caller with the last four digits, 4639. 4639, you're on live with the Jay Allen Show. Who's this and where you calling from?
Peace and Black African Power. This is Ash Mitch. I'm calling from Texas.
Ash Mitch.
Mitch.
Well, Ash, before you get started, tell the people who you are.
Well, I'm just a country girl from Midland, Texas. I've been in Texas all my life, but I've had the experience to, just see a lot and therefore learn a lot.
Okay. And this was actually Ash Mitch is actually the first situation that Jason Ford spoke on. So we want to tell us your side of the story. Tell us what happened, what actually happened.
Well, like he said, I called him the day that I had court. Yes, I did catch a terroristic charge down here in Garland, Texas. But and yes, he also said, that we had linked up, on some I guess, beginning. When I caught that charge, I lost my career. And I had put it out there on Facebook, how can I, who in the black community, conscious community, I should say, knows how to, make a living. And I was linked to Jason Ford by a sister named Pretty Girl. And Jason Ford had actually posted some information on Facebook saying how instead of using your Social Security number, you can get an EIN number and use that in place of your Social Security number, and, they can't do a background check on you. So, she gave me the information, and, she asked me, could she, give him my phone number. This is a sister I know very well, and I love her dearly. And so Jason and I met at a Taco Cabana here in Garland, Texas. And he gave me I had printed out the application and all that, but when we actually sat down, Jason was not knowledgeable on the whole situation. So, but then again, I had told him how I had just gotten out of he knew that I had asthma. He just knew, I was connected with Lone Star. He knew I had the charge on my back. So, he said that, he would help me, as best as he could. Well, 2 weeks after that, my lungs collapsed, and I was in ICU for 3 days. I was on life support. My oldest daughter, which is 16 years old, she had my phone, and Jason had been calling and texting, saying that he was worried about me. And I got out of the hospital on a Monday, and I told Jason that, I had to go to court that Friday, and that I didn't have a ride. Anybody that knows me knows that I have a black Altima, a Nissan Altima 09. I've had that car since February 2009. Like, that's been my car. I don't have a driver's license, so therefore I don't have any tag registration. Jason came to my home and picked me up. He took me to court. He told me that the only way that he needed me to pay him was to buy him beer. Me, I just was like I said, I live in Garland. I had to go to court in Dallas because that's Dallas County. Jason, we went to the store. I put $20 gas in his car. He bought 4, they're called Natty Daddies. They're like 32-ounce beers. And this is like before 8 o'clock in the morning. We drive to Dallas, Texas. He dropped me off. Yes, he did drop me off in the front of the courthouse. And I did tell him, I gave him $20. And I told him, park across the street. It wasn't a $5 parking lot. It was a $2 parking lot. And he was like, that's fine. And I was saying that because I knew he was going to just sit up in the car and drink the beer. And I knew I was going to be in court for some hours. He even said that I was in there about 3.5 hours. I came out close to 1, and I called Jason. He didn't answer. This went on for about 30 minutes, and then he finally comes swinging around in the parking lot in front of the courthouse. I had walked over across the street where I had asked him to park, and he wasn't there. I got in the car. Yes, I did say, damn, where were you? I've been calling you, and he didn't even answer the phone or anything. He just pulled up on me. And when I got in the car, yes, he said I slammed his door. I don't believe I slammed his door. I know by then he was very intoxicated. And it's a 20-minute drive from Dallas to Garland. So we're in the car, we're driving, he's swerving. I'm just on my phone trying to text somebody to come pick me up because I'm asking him is he going to drop me off at home, and he's saying no, he can't drive. that he needs to go to his room and try to sleep it off. He also tried to tell y'all that he was sleepy drunk. I fell for it too. We get to the room and I'm steady trying to call people. People don't fuck with me. I have my children. I have a car. I have my own money. All that people know. Everybody that's around me know I spend money very frivolously. If Ashley's calling somebody saying she needs some help, like 9 times out of 10, they're gonna laugh at it before they actually take me seriously. A little 20-year-old girl that helps me with my children, she finally texted me back and told me that she would come pick me up from the room. And I told Jason that I had a ride, and he was like, well, before you leave, can I ask you a question? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And by now, like, I'm thrown because I don't understand why he's coming at me like.
Ash, let me interrupt you. Let me interrupt you for a minute. Okay, listen. First and foremost, we appreciate you for coming forward with your story and telling us in complete detail. But I want you to stay on the phone. If we take out a cue, don't hang up. Listen to this. We have more callers, and I want to get to this. And I want to. Bottom line is, before this show ends today, I want to know how many of you people are really serious about doing this. But now go ahead and finish, and so we can get a full detail to hear your story, just the complete detail. I don't mean to interrupt you. I just want to let you know, just kind of tell us the main details about the things that this man did.
Okay. When I told him, like, he wasn't talking to me, and he, I was sitting on the end of the bed, and he told me to stand up. He stood up out of the chair, and he stood in front of me, and he said, stand up before I stand you up. He grabbed me with both of his arms, with both of his hands on both of my arms. That's where the bruise on my arm came from. He jacked me up. When he jacked me up, I was like, don't touch me. I'm going to call my ride. He snatched my phone. No, I was like, you tripping. And I put my earbuds in my ear, snatched my earbuds out my ear, snatched my phone, and threw it on the other side of the bed. I was like, don't put your hands on my shit. Like, I'm just going to walk out of the room, chill. And he told me, I walked over on the other side of the bed and picked up my phone, put my purse on my shoulder. And he said, well, he was like, I guess you're going to go through me. And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, excuse me. I'm going to walk out of the room. And he grabs me by my shirt with one hand and grabs me by my neck with the other and rams me back in the closet. I started crying. I'm like, you got me fucked up. Let me go. Just don't, I got asthma. Just let me leave. And he was like, shut the fuck up. You screaming and all this. I was like, okay, Jason, like, I won't say nothing. Like, come on, I got to go to my kids and all this. He was like, and I'm crying. And he's like, either shut up or I'm going to shut you up. And he just grabs me by my neck and starts choking me. And next thing I know, I wake up in the bed. I have my purse on my shoulder, and I'm laying straight up with my arms to my side and the covers pulled up like chest length. And I realize where I'm at, and I start hyperventilating, and I'm crying. And I lean forward, and he's a completely different person. And he's like, are you okay? Like, I know you have asthma. Like, come on, let me take you home. Like I said, I just got out of the hospital not too long ago. And when he dropped me off at home, I walked in my house and I called Pretty Girl. She didn't answer. Then I called Ben Engine or Najee, whatever. I just know that this man is so-called a honest person in the black community. He answered the phone. Pretty Girl called back. And I'm telling them this story, and Jason Ford calls me. And I tell them, don't say anything. I'm going to three-way him on the call. They hear him admit to choking me out. And I tell him, don't ever call me, and I won't call you. He says, you weren't unconscious because you woke up. I'm not trying to diminish Jason's character or anything. You know, like they said, I didn't want to go to the police. I called Thurbo. I called I called Ben. All the people, not to diminish them looking out for me, but they told me call the police. And I just feel like liberation is my main focus. I'm not gonna leave my children in filth. I know my children don't believe in Jesus and they don't want to turn to the cracker. So I turned to the black community, you know, and Askari was one. I was friends with him, but he is the one who reached out to me and put me in contact with Nisi, the sister that's over the Black Women's Defense League. Like, you know, it is what it is. You know, he needs to be dealt with. He does not. The black, and not only him, but men in the Pan-African community are weak and disloyal to the black woman. And it's solely not their fault. But I myself, Ash Mitch, I will not leave my seeds in a pile of filth. Accountability builds character.
That's
Peace,
right.
Love,
Exactly.
black African power.
Exactly.
That's all
Let me address something, Ash. You know what I mean? We got a few people in the chat room that seem to think that I'm victim blaming. And here's the thing, people. When you start to date a man or whatever, it would be good for you to take your time and the necessary steps to get to know the person. So by no means am I blaming the victim. Under no circumstances, a man should not hit a woman. But now we know that this happens because ain't none of us, perfect. I got ourselves all together. A lot of us grew up with this. We seen it on TV. We still see it on TV or whatever. Not making no excuses for it, but it happens. Okay, so don't nobody need to pretend like it don't happen. But the thing is, as you grow and mature, you need to start taking accountability. So that's my whole thing. So I'm not blaming the women, but the women do have some responsibility in it because you cannot tell me you just get gung-ho. Now, in your case, Ash Mitch, is a whole different situation because you were not dating him. You were reaching out to him to get assistance with a legal matter because he had portrayed himself this way on Facebook as some type of knowledgeable man who could actually assist you with these IN numbers and things like that. So I want people to know and be able to differentiate between the two. Now, when you're dating somebody and you're intimate and something happens, okay, well, now, again, both parties are accountable because if the dude's just snapping, I mean, first of all, you just landed with somebody you just met, you know what I mean, on Facebook or any kind of social media site, you got to take some accountability, okay? Secondly, like I said, in your case, it differs because you are actually doing what like those of us that, come on here talking about we into assisting people and helping each other out, you know what I mean? But, bottom line is how many of us really do it? You know what I mean?
That's right.
How many of us really do it? You know what I mean? Because my thing, I'm not going to do nothing personal about me because people I deal with, they know that I'm a real individual and they know that I do. This is not about me. It's not about what I do or don't do. So let's make that clear, But, Ash, I mean, continue because, I mean, people need to know this. You know what I mean? And I wish some of the other women that actually he assaulted, I wish they would call in. You know what I mean? Because there's still others out there.
Jay, Pretty Girl's on the line. Pretty Girl's on the line. Peace, sis. Are you there?
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
we can.
Peace, Kings. Peace, Queen Ash. I just want to say this. This is Pretty Gal from Jacksonville, Florida, and I heard Jason admit to choking Ash. Ash said, Jason, why did you choke me? I was unconscious. Jason said in the creepiest voice I ever heard in my life, you were not unconscious because you were still moving. That same voice y'all hear, the same voice on Facebook, the same guy. He definitely did choke our sister out. He definitely did admit it. He didn't know we were on the phone, but he admitted it. He didn't give a fuck. He didn't have no remorse. He don't give a shit. He's a liar. He's a woman beater, and he needs to be, fill in the blanks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. He needs to be dealt with. So I'm just speaking my piece, and peace, y'all.
Hey, Pete, look, I appreciate your call, and I appreciate your blunt honesty because that's basically what it's come to. And again, I mean, everybody wants to be, levitating and floating on this imaginary cloud nine. But so check this out. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it, you got to understand what it's about. Now, at this point in 2016, there should be no reason that all this bickering and everything should be happening amongst all these so-called conscious people. You know what I mean? It just shouldn't be happening. You know what I mean? We got people perpetrating the fraud, and when people do, the brothers don't step up to defend the sisters, nor themselves, nor the other brothers. So it's basically like it's a whole bunch of us living in this facade that we're really moving in some type of way. Okay? So again, Pretty Gal, thank you for, your call. You know what I mean? Again, that's blatant honesty. And that's what it comes down to, people. And if y'all ain't ready for this to get ugly, then get out of it. Get out of it. Just go back and just, live your life and whatever. Because anybody that's going to be a part of what I'm doing, shit finna get real. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead, Jay. Take the next caller. Do whatever
all
you
right.
do.
Well, we want to thank you, Ash Mitch, as well as Pretty Girl. We want to thank you for your call. You guys, as well as Miss Ford, you guys pretty much flipped the board on this whole situation and exposed this dude as being a liar. Like I said, we stand on the side of the truth. I've had Jason Ford on my show in the past, and it is what it is, man. This is basically coming out, and this dude is being exposed, and this is, we talked about accountability this whole show, and it's time for the brother to take some accountability. I want to thank you guys, okay?
Peace, Kings. Peace.
All right,
thank y'all.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right. All right, real quick, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll come right back.
You are tuned into the Jay Allen Show at Universal Radio. You can catch Jay Allen and all of his shows at Facebook.com/The Jay Allen Show. He makes you laugh. He makes you cry. He even makes you angry. He does all of that, people. Once again, Facebook.com/The Jay Allen Show to check all the archive playbacks. Universal Radio.
All right, you guys. It's the Jay Allen Show, Universal Radio, because what you listen to matters, all right? We were breaking Jason Ford was breaking his silence on the situation, if you're just joining us, where he was accused by more than a few women of domestic violence, putting his hands on them. The brother was on the show earlier. The brother said that his wife was sitting right next to him, and she wasn't going to say a word. His wife actually called in and exposed that he was lying about that. She was nowhere near him, and basically she is pressing charges against him. This thing has really gotten ugly. Let's go ahead and take some more callers, see what people got to say. Caller with the last four digits, 2739, 2739. You're on live with the Jay Allen Show. Who's this and where you calling from?
Greetings. This is Blue Lotus Rebel Queen. How are you?
What up,
hey, Blue Lotus, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. I'm going to move along because I don't want to hold up the lines. But, there are a couple of lessons that we can learn out of this, because in the conscious community, we gain followings, right? Like, I've gained followings and I didn't even know it, So we have to maintain some humbleness and some truth and some balance, and some integrity, because people will put you on a pedestal. And I have to constantly remind people. I get inboxed all the time, and people are literally putting me on a pedestal, and I'm like, you know what? Let me make sure you understand something. My shit really does stink. You know what I'm saying? So I'm letting you know up front. When I make a mistake, I don't need you to come back and tell me I made a mistake. I know damn well I made a mistake. So at the end of the day, we have to be really careful not to let people put us on a pedestal, because just as quickly as they put us on a pedestal, they will knock your ass off. Okay, that's the first thing. And just don't, we're not trying to be followers here anyway. We're all trying to be leaders. We're all melanated people. We're all originals. We all have power within us. And that's what we need to focus on. The other thing that I wanted to say is that we have to start, in the conscious community, a lot of us are culturally conscious, but we're not spiritually conscious. And there is a difference. We're awakened, but we're not awakened and enlightened. So we have to start really learning it. Once you become spiritually conscious and you become metaphysically aware, then a lot of shit can't get past you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the hotep and a lot of the amen, Roz, and all that, shit can't get past you because you are not listening to what they're saying. You're not watching what they do. You're reading the energy, how they're vibrating. You're reading that. Twilight Mayada and I were just talking about that, and we can feel it. You know, we can feel when the lie is coming. You know, a lot of people say that's your intuition, but we have to start really, really getting in tune with that and start really connecting to the universe. And so all you conscious people out there, you know, start tapping into that true power that you have, not just, you know, Hotep and, you know, Ashe, because it's a lot more than that. We got to be more than just spiritually conscious. And then it saddens me like this. It doesn't just sadden me that, you know, these women got hurt like that. It saddens me that we got a brother too, and trust and believe, I've been on the events page tripping. I even created a meme. So, you know, I'm the first one to tell you I'm pissed the hell off. But at the end of the day, I do have to look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is we got a whole bunch of black people that's been hurt by this. We got people who are following him that's disappointed, that's hurt. We don't know what's going to happen with them, right? We got him who's confused as hell, and I wanted to just reach out to him too and tell him, you know, I love the sisters, first of all, and I want to reach out to him and tell him, you know, life ain't over after this bullshit that you created for yourself. You know, don't sit there and stew in your vomit, but also don't sit there and deny stuff. You know, if you got if you have this illness, then once you truly admit this illness, and you ain't got to come and admit it to every damn body, but at the end of the day, stop defending yourself. You know, if you want to see some true healing, then all you have to do, I'm almost done, brother, but if you want to see some true healing, you know, first just come real, just come clean. And once you do that, the real people will gravitate to you to help you start the healing process.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Blue Lotus, I want to just comment on you real quick. I'm going to let these other callers get into the queue and let them talk. But I just wanted to comment, you know, on what you said about being spiritually aware. That was one of the first things I did on my journey was to regain that real intimate connection with my spirit. And that's something we seem to skip for whatever reason because we do get lost in the egotism and things of that nature. But you know what? You just on point. What I'm saying is just like this. It's so simple. Just come clean. Just be yourself. Just be who you are. You know what I mean? To some extent, I even have a problem with some of the names these people choose for themselves, but that's not even up for me to judge because I will not judge you. I'll let you grow into that or grow out of it however you want to see, or I'll just accept you for wherever you at, you know, from our initial meeting. So you know what, Blue Owners? There's a lot of callers right here. This is an emotional show because first and foremost, I mean, we got to know the importance of what our women mean to us, and this is the whole thing about getting back to it, you know. But what's killing me about this cat, he come on there talking about queens and talking on Jay Allen's show about what a father should teach his daughter, and he's out there abusing women. And then, you know, women have to, you know, come. I know you guys are emotional beings because that's how you are, you know what I mean? And that's a good thing, too. But you got to come using your senses, too, and be logical. You just can't run up and let any dude you meet just start laying up with him. It's not healthy. So, and I'm saying, it's a lot of soul searching need to be done. Hey, Jay, that's it. I'm done with you know, with the queen. You know, thank you, Blue Lotus. You know what I mean? Appreciate you. And, you know, we're gonna get it done, though. That's all I can say.
Thank you.
I appreciate your call.
Thank you, Blue Lotus.
All right. Peace, King.
All right. Okay. All right, I'm glad Blue Lotus called up and gave her input. Very, very good words that she said, and you know that's what I want to ask the people out there. Okay, now it's obvious that this brother came on the show and was not honest with us, but at the same time, we know for sure that this brother needs some help. This brother needs some healing, as we all do. None of us are perfect. We all have our flaws. We all have our mistakes. I don't even want to call them mistakes. We can call these lessons because when you call it a lesson, you don't feel so bad about it. You know what I mean? So, do you love black people like you say you love black people? Because all you guys out there talk about how you love black people so much. Okay, so when a brother is hurting and a brother is down, this brother obviously has some issues. Will you reach out and give a helping hand to him? Or will you just say, forget him and forget about him? You know what I mean? So ask yourself how much you love black people, because this brother, he needs some help. All right, let's go ahead and take the next caller. Caller with the last 4 digits, 3568. 3568, who's this and where you calling from?
Peace, everyone. This is Karen Michelle. I just want to say appreciate you for taking my call. I just want to say 2 very short comments, one from a professional capacity, one from a personal. Professional-wise, Jason Ford has a clinical case of grandiose narcissism, to be specific. I am a forensic psychotherapist. I've had multiple conversations with Jason Ford about this. We've been friends aside from social media for quite a while, and I've had a few extensive conversations with him. Now, what I don't understand is why he has the following that he does. It's like a couple of you touched on. It doesn't take much past common sense and basic logic for everyone to see that he has a major ego problem. Now, the reason that he and I often bump heads is because he often puts out incorrect information, especially on social media, which is why I don't understand what a couple of people said that they respect him for the information that he put out. If you are actually a Garveyite, if you are an actual scholar and do your own research instead of taking things that people post on social media, then you will know that he often has incorrect information. Now, when I address him, as I do anyone, that information that I know to be true, not opinion-based, things that you can research, that you can double-check in several different areas, that you cross-check by several different sources, and tell him that the information is wrong and give him sources where he can find it. When he gets to a point where he understands it, he doesn't address it. He doesn't correct it for his followers. He deletes it. That's what he does. So we've had multiple bump-ins as far as that is concerned. But clinically, he has 10 of 12 symptoms for grandiose narcissism. If anyone is interested in looking, you can Google the current DSM-5 for the American Psychological Association and look up grandiose narcissism, and I dare anyone to tell me that I'm wrong about this man's diagnosis. Now, as far as
you're absolutely correct. What did you say your name was?
Karen Michelle. A lot of you already are listening. I already know who I am. So I am a Garveyite. It's not just about RBG. You cannot claim RBG if you are not a Garveyite. It is not a group, a club, a clique. It is a philosophy and a lifestyle. So
right, a mentality.
Something, you know, with the fad, with the profile pictures. You want to buy the clothes. You want to wear the Ankhs, the Hero, whatever you want to do. Stop it. Cut it out. Pick up some books. Learn some shit, be dedicated. That's what you need to do, because these things wouldn't happen if we wouldn't have people that want to be in cliques and want to claim stuff, but they don't want to do the work for it. Now, as far as my personal...
Thank you. Yeah, we got some more callers coming in, Karen, but listen, thank you. Appreciate your call.
Okay.
You really do.
I just make one quick comment. There is a painting that was done a while back, and everyone knows that I barter for services sometimes. The painting was not done as some kind of admiration for him. It was a barter service, and everyone knows that that's what I do sometimes for people who cannot afford or they would like to barter for some service that they have. That's what that was. Someone mentioned about women doing paintings.
Oh, yeah, that was me that mentioned that.
Okay, yeah, I did the painting. I'm the artist. People turn it into memes, whatever have you. That's fine, but I barter sometimes for people to do paintings. That's what that's about. It's nowhere near admiration. And that's all I want to say.
Thanks for the clarification.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. All right, thank you.
I want to say this real quick as well, that the woman who just spoke, Karen Michelle Lane, she is an excellent artist. You guys go ahead and check out her work. Let's go ahead and take the next caller. Caller with the last 4 digits. Let's see. The last 4 digits. I thought it was 1042. I'm trying to find it. Okay, let's take this call. Caller with the last 4 digits, 5241. 5241. You're on live. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
This is Crystal. I'm calling from North Carolina. I've been listening to the show, and it's kind of funny that all that I'm hearing and everything that I know about the situation is just strictly from Facebook. So it's odd how I feel so involved, and I don't know any of the characters, but I feel kind of emotionally invested, I guess, just from a nation-building standpoint, and it is, troublesome. But I wanted to make a comment to Jason before he hung up, which he keeps stating that because he doesn't drink every day doesn't mean he's an alcoholic, and I just wanted him to realize that that's, not based on, that's not a true definition, or that's not the basis for being an alcoholic, so he would really need to check into that. And the host that is speaking about women being accountable, I want to kind of speak to that too, because I have been in several, and I say several not to brag or be proud, but several situations where I have dealt with the domestic abuse. And it was a point where I did have to look at myself and kind of see, what I was bringing to the table that was drawing them, and then at a deep revelation, I had to look into myself to maybe determine if it was something that I was drawing out of them, not to excuse the behavior, but sometimes as Black women, we have to realize that we do have a certain type of power that we have to be responsible for when we are dealing with our men. And then again, when you say, how quick are you dealing with them? Do you really know them? You got to really be able to understand. And then a lot of times we do look at them and feel like we can help them get better, or certain situations based on how you feel, you do ignore the signs. You do see that he's controlling. You can tell the way he raises his voice that the next time he probably would put his hands on you. So a lot of times we have to look into ourselves, and then it's just a hard situation because we're all struggling, and like y'all are saying, we're all broken and we're all dealing with something. And then me, I know I've been abusive too, based on my upbringing. So I watch my mom and my aunt, they're the ones that are abusive to their husbands. So I took that into my adulthood. But I quickly learned that, everybody's not like your dad. He's not going to sit down and be quiet. He might put his hands on you. He might slap you if you don't shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's just hard to understand what we can do as a nation. But like you said, we can't just throw him away. He obviously needs help. And another thing that I kind of observed in, like, the behaviors of the abusive men, I think underlying that, the disrespect and the certain level of hatred, it is an issue that they are dealing with within their sexuality. And then again, it goes back to saying, like, how we got to get to know these people. And then after getting to know them, I realized that some of them had dealt with sexual abuse in their childhood, so he very well could be dealing with some things that he's not willing to face that is surrounding his sexuality. So we maybe shouldn't just say it like, oh, he a punk. He really might have some issues that, really do need to be addressed with that.
Right. Thank you for calling, Crystal. Appreciate
Thank you. I appreciate the show.
All right.
Right,
hey, if I could just say this for a minute, Jay, I'm gonna just put it out there just like this, y'all. We got a few more callers. I'm not trying to be rude. Okay, we're doing the show where we're trying to give everybody an opportunity to speak. So, just go ahead and speak your piece, kind of keep it brief, because I'm trying to regulate the show and give everybody a chance to speak that's on the phone. I've had shows, and that's what I've always tried to do. So I'm not going to please everybody, nor will I ever attempt. So, like she said, like I'm saying, like I've always said, we always, we try to overlook a lot of things, you know what I mean? But we all have an issue, all of us. None of us there's no exceptions across the board. We all have an issue, okay? So let's go ahead and get to the next caller, Jay. Go ahead, do your thing, man, and I'm here with you,
All right, let's go ahead and bring in 1042. Caller with the last four digits, 1042. You're on live. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Peace, Jay. Peace, Rod. This is Reno calling in.
Hey, what's up, Reno?
What's up, Reno?
What's going on, fam? I definitely want to chime in and put out there, before I kind of appear like I'm going to bash my brother, but more so put out there that I've been through that nigga stage in my life as well. You see what I'm saying? I say that because niggas grow up to be men potentially. Not all, but a lot of us do. You see what I'm saying? And I'm kind of glad that the brother kind of got up out of there because he was making me do something I always say as a nigga I ain't going to do no more, which is talk to somebody who's drunk. You know what I'm saying? But more importantly, I'm going to put it out there because I know the brother will come back and listen to the show. Brother, you definitely, you know what I'm saying, want to deal with the alcohol situation, you know what I'm saying? Because even as important as a show as it was for you to put your message out there for your people or us to listen to, you still hid behind alcohol. You see what I'm saying? And that's for your own personal growth, you know what I mean? Because one day you will be a man. And not one man was intimidated by you saying how big you was. None of us. You know what I mean? And that's just little things that you'll throw out there to only frighten, scare the people who like size, which is women. They hear that you're 6 foot tall or however tall you are, and they like stuff like that. That does nothing to us. You know what I mean? But continue to build on yourself, you know what I mean, because the journey is all within self. I don't want to bash you. I want to be real short. So before I say something about him, I had to let that be known that I went through my own nigga stage in life where I've been through a domestic. So definitely want to get up out of that stage in your life, man, and admit. Because when you admit you got a problem, you definitely can get through it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
he was a different type of brother though, because he'll actually call the police on a woman. So yeah, you got a lot of internal growth to do, brother. And I can say that because you put that out there for me to tell you that. You see what I'm saying?
Let me just say this, and I don't really want to comment a lot, Reno, but let me just say this to you, Jay Allen, and everybody that's listening. See, at some point, the rotten apple has to be thrown away. And that's where a lot of y'all making a mistake at. Y'all think some people are salvageable, but there's certain lines. Once you cross, you off the hook, brother. You can't come back. No, I cannot throw you a lifeline when you have repeatedly continued to cross the line. I don't know if y'all know this or not, maybe not, but I have talked to Jason before several times.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying? Several times. I asked his brother to check himself, to check his ego. I asked him, the brother has actually used my post, changed some wording, and then put his name on it. And then in the same sentence, he said people was doing this to him. I never addressed that situation because anybody that knows me, they know how I write. You know what my shit is. You can. If I don't even put my name on my shit, okay? Because I don't have an ego. I've been accused of being arrogant and all this, man. Listen here. Anytime you see something really that really irritates you, you know what I mean? It's because you either dealt with it or something that you need to deal with. Now, like I told y'all, if I'm gonna come on here and be open and share my shit with y'all and share my growth and all the stuff I went through, and you can't do the same with me, then guess what? You're not for me. That's right. I'm not gonna get mad and scream and cuss and all that, but I mean I don't have a problem, and I don't make no threats on no social media or no telephone or nothing else like that. So, listen, let me get off, man, and go ahead, Reno. We're gonna go to the next call or whatever, man. And y'all
peace,
do
fam. I think y'all let me know.
Just so you
all right,
know
thank you for your call, Reno. We appreciate you, brother.
All right, Jay.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's keep it going. Caller with the last 4 digits, 5813-5813. Who's this and where you calling from?
Hi.
5813. Hi, how you doing?
I got a lot of information that I'm calling from Texas. I got a lot of information that came across my page, and I wanted to call in. A lot of times I
who's this? Wait, who's this? What's your name?
This is Danya in Texas.
Okay, talk to us.
People been putting stuff on the page because I own a bookstore down here, and I had a couple of people listening to this show in my store.
Okay.
And when I hear this situation, I think of the book called Black Pain by Terry Williams. And a lot of times we mask our problems in Black power, not understanding the root to all of that is the pain that we're going through every day. I hear you guys talking about the domestic violence, but that is just a smaller thing of what's going on, a big conversation that needs to be had at this point. And all the social ills that's in our community, we look at peer situation, but it's a bigger conversation that needs to be had. And dealing with the organizations that, that can stand and confront these situations, these are reality situations, and we have to embed into our organization how to handle certain scenarios. Otherwise, they do get out of hand, like the scenario that we're dealing with today, because institution, organizations didn't handle it properly, and we're not dealing with the social ills in our community properly. It's getting out of hand. And we need to take serious and really need to organize our own organization and our individual behavior to deal with these things in our community, because there's stuff that we need to do as a united people. And we got to get there by dealing with these situations that hurt our community.
Okay, sister, real quick before we let you go, let me ask you, as far as something that people can do today, give us I don't even want to say a short-term solution because I don't even believe in that, but give us something today that the people can do to start working on this.
Come together and organize and bring up the topic is one, come together as a group. If people can come together as a group and talk about this situation and then bring people up to the front of the situation that's causing the problem, that's the first thing we can deal with. Atonement is another thing. Nation of Islam got this huge movement on conflict resolution, atonement, and it breaks down step by step by step how we deal with certain situations. And anybody, I know people are on the call across the country, but get with your local mosque. I'm not a member of the mosque, but I know that is one of the main movements that they have is conflict resolution, and they're setting up networks all over the country where people can go to different locations. I'm going to host one at my bookstore in Fort Worth, Texas, just understanding the power of conflict resolution and why we need to get involved. And I can send you information to your show where you can continue to get that out to people and how we can deal with conflict resolution and atonement.
Definitely. You can send a message to my inbox on my page, the Jay Allen Show. I'll be welcome to share any information or work with you.
Want to say something? Well, you got a couple of us here. I don't know. Did you want to say something? There's a couple of people here that's listening into the show.
Yeah, okay, we need them to be very short because we got a lot of people that still want to talk. Right? Go ahead.
I don't have much. King Nutter. I was calling to talk to Jason, but he pretty much answered my question when he hung up. So that's all I have.
Okay.
Thank you, brother.
All right. Well, we want to thank you guys for your call. All right, thank you. All right. Okay, let's keep it rolling. Call with the last 4 digits, 7581. 7581, you're on live. Who's this? Where you calling from?
Peace. This is Temple M. Ketsugahu. I am calling from Phoenix. I am calling on behalf of the Temple of Aset Henensu. We are the temple that Jason was once a part of. My high priestess, my mother, Ankh Sun Ma'at Ras and Teppenra, is the high priestess, and the chief priest is Ankubanu of Henensu. All credible people, all true people. We practice true African spirituality, and Jason was removed from the temple because he was bringing reproach. There was a divination that was done to let us know that he was guilty of all these things that these women are accusing him of. And I just want to, because I reached out to Mrs. Ford Ashat. I reached out to her also, and I let her know that we do believe her. Like I said, the temple, okay, this is a place where you come to learn, where you are on your way to being a priest or a priestess. Our main goal is repatriation, okay? We are not RBG. We're not New Black Panthers. We're not any of that. We practice traditional African spirituality, and that goes along with everything that anybody knows about traditional African spirituality. Jason did not attend classes. He was too busy doing all the other stuff that he was doing, and so after all the allegations had come up, my chief priest ordered that he is not any longer affiliated with the Temple of Aset Henensu or Henensu. So I just wanted to put that out there and let the women that this happened to know that we do know that he is guilty, and the temple is actually doing certain things about that. And if anybody else is going to be doing anything about it, that's appreciated too. We need this energy to get out there. We need to work with the ancestors because some things need to happen. We do know that he is ill. We do know that he is ill, and I just wanted to put it out there that even when Ashat reached out to my mother in the first place, my mother does not deal with Isfet. So, if you're putting all of that out there, with the negativity and things, she's going to definitely say, she's going to push it away, okay? She will go to the shrine and do whatever it is that she has to do, but she will push that away because that is not what we practice, okay? That is not what we practice. We stand strong on Ma'at. We stand strong on our spirituality, and he was removed, like I said, because he was bringing reproach to the temple, not only to my mother, but also to my chief priest. So we don't deal in that kind of thing, and I just wanted to put it out there. I love my people. I love all of y'all so much. This is real. What's going on over here is real. What's going on in Florida at the temple is real, and we don't play no games like that.
Thank you so much for calling. We appreciate your call. I'm gonna address some of the things that you said as we end the show, but for right now, we can go to the next caller. We appreciate you, though. Thank you so much, and peace to you.
All right. All right, people, let's go with 9583. 9583, who's this? Where you calling from? 9583. Okay.
9583.
Okay, move on. All right, let's go with 0094. 0094, you there?
Yeah, peace and black power, family. This is Brother YG Preach.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother?
What's good with y'all people? I just wanted to say I think I'm hearing a lot of men, about the abuse perspective. I just want to say I think like a lot of it boils down to fundamentals. I think in terms of when it comes to dealing with women, sometimes like as we try to make it seem, some shit is just fundamentally wrong. You know what I mean? Like in terms of beating on the women. You know, it's one thing what made it worse for Jason because he's so big. Like, you just physically overpowering. You already 6'3", 300 pounds and shit, beating on women. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, you know, even when it comes to mental diagnosis, some of these niggas know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you why. You can't blame alcohol all the time. You can't, you know, it don't matter how big you get. I mean, how mad you get. You ain't finna go over there and try to choke up that bear. I don't give a fuck how pissed off you is, right? Because you ain't stupid. Right. I don't care if you 300 pounds, how drunk you is, you feel me? What drugs you on. You ain't finna go because you're angry, go fuck with that bear over there. You know what I'm saying? But so you should know off top that you physically, by nature, overpowering to the woman. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why, like, you know, even in UFC and shit, we see Ronda Rousey when she was the champ, they was talking shit like, oh, you know, she might be able to beat up some dudes. But the dudes, you know, just fundamentally, like, man, I ain't finna fight her. I don't care how good she is because she a woman. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think some of this shit just boiled down to fundamentals. And if you just choking up women and doing all this extra shit, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all that alcohol shit. Like, you know what the fuck you doing. You know what I'm saying? And we got to shame y'all for that. You know what I mean? I'm the one that made the funny video about him. I don't usually get caught up in the shit, you know what I mean? But I just feel like hearing all this shit, like, hell nah, you know, I'm going to ether this nigga then. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, you know what I mean? I don't usually get involved, but, you know what I'm saying? Some shit we just got to shame, and that shit ain't 100. Don't be beating on women, you know what I'm saying? Like, that goes for everybody across the board. I'm not speaking on self-defense. See, I don't want people to get misconstrued, you know what I'm saying? I ain't speaking on self-defense cases in terms of, you know, if a girl just set trip on you and start coming at you trying to bring harm to you, that's different. But if you just naturally physically overpowering, bro, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got no business beating on women. You know what I'm saying? It's still wrong, but if you was 5'5", 120 pounds, I might not be as mad at you. But you know you 6'3", you shouldn't be beating on women, homie. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Peace and black power.
Hey, man, peace and black power, brother. We appreciate your call. Jay, let's get to the next one, man, because when we wrap up, I got some vital information I want to share. So let's go to the next caller, man.
Okay, let's go ahead and take 1654. Caller with the last 4 digits. 1654. You're on live with the Jay Allen Show. Who's this one you calling from? 1654, are you there? Okay, let's move on. Caller with the last 4 digits, 7867. You're on live. Who's this one? Where you calling from?
What? Hello?
Yes, you're on live.
Hello?
Who's this?
Hi. This is Jerry Harper. I am actually one of Jason's Ford baby mamas.
Oh, talk to us.
Let's go.
Okay. So I was the one when he was with RBPP or RBPP that they had right before the hearing. Jason likes to try and intimidate all of us, but it's funny because he doesn't talk to me directly because I put up with none of his shit. Absolutely none of his shit. And the problem arises when Sherry and we were conversing, and of course Jason has between 5 and 7 kids. He only has one. But he has between 5 and 7 kids, and he takes care of absolutely none of them. He's on child support for 3 of them. And he tells them, oh, well, you know, that baby's too yellow to be mine. First of all, we all in the community. Black comes in every color. But, of course, my baby was too yellow to be his. And Sherry and we were in talks of doing a paternity test where I help you pay half, but, you know, once this baby comes back here, give me my money back because I know who my baby daddy is. the next thing I know, he's sending me through another child's mother, not directly to me, but through another child's mother. He's sending me a threatening email talking about you've come under suspicion of espionage from the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. Please cease and desist, or we'll bring up charges against you. And then he told the other baby mamas, because he didn't like the fact that we were talking. He was like, hey, you need to separate yourself from Jerry. She knew what she was signing up for when she signed up with the Black Party, and she's in my background now. We're going to burn her at the stake. So, yes, he does use it. And my child is 5 years old, so it's not like this is something new. But, yeah, my child is 5, and this is just what he does. He talks crazy to the other ones. Like I said, we don't talk. If he wants to talk to me, he'll communicate through one of the other ones. But he talks crazy to the other children's moms, the one that he claims, and you let him tell it. He doesn't, she keeps him from seeing her when he just has no interest in taking responsibility for what he does. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, with his wife, if something should happen to where they get divorced, it's going to be another one waiting to take her place. And just y'all women who choose to fill that void, again, my name is Jerry Harper, and I don't give no refunds on child support, so don't inbox me about.
Okay, Jerry, let me ask you a question. How many babies mothers are there in total?
So on paper for child support, there are 3.
3.
One.
That including you, or
yes, that's including me. One of them, she chose to drop her child support, but you can still see a record of it. There was one before the one that he claimed. 2 were stair steps. My daughter is a stair step. She had a sister that was born a few months before her, and I'm baby mama number 5. And come to find out, he had a little boy a few years after, but prior to him going to jail on the 11th, keep this in mind, another one was born. So I don't know if that facilitated his anger towards her or whatever, but another child was born in the beginning of March. Wow.
Hey, Jerry, look, we appreciate your call. If there's any kind of way, I know how to contact you. You've actually have been dealing with one of my brothers, you know what I mean? It's how I became familiar with you a few months back. But anyway, my name is Roderick Gerald. We're gonna get on with this show, but I'm gonna be contacting you later. You probably have some information that I can use to benefit us all. So thank you for the call. We appreciate you, and we're gonna move on to the next caller.
All right. Thank you. Okay, we'll go ahead and take this. Looks like it's the last caller right here. Caller was the last 4 digits. 3655. 3655, you're live with the Jay Allen Show. Who's this and where you calling from? 3655, are you there? Go ahead and move on. Okay, so
Jay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So let me go into a few things with you, brother, and all the listeners as well. When we're dealing with this kind of stuff, you got to realize, first and foremost, that social media was a social experiment. I've been on Facebook for 6 years, okay? And from day one, I've been about trying to meet with people and gather with people. And I met with a few. Jay, you are one of the few that I've actually come across on Facebook to go and meet you face-to-face. Lamont Macon is another one. You know what I mean? And there's a few other ones. Raya and Tasha. I said, we've been at these different gatherings together. And it's come to a point where, some of us are just not genuine. Some of us are just not authentic. You know what I mean? We're in it for the moment, so to speak, or whenever it's trending, okay? Now, I've been taking pretty much a laid-back approach. I mean, you guys have heard me be overly passionate on radio shows. You've heard me just speak from my heart, just pure truth, okay? Whether you accept it as that or not, that's okay. But my thing is, as of today, playtime is over. So it might be wise for some of you just to back up. You know what I mean? Because everybody's coming on here saying they're these teachers. I mean, the sister touched on the topic. You know what I'm saying? Research for yourself. Damn near after every post, for one time, I would simply put, don't take my word for it. Research for yourself. I've recommended several books that you can read to just really get some sense of self-enlightenment. Okay? On the other hand, okay, if you want to do something with religion, whether it be any type of control, spirituality, or anything, that's up to you. But we're not about that. Now, as far as being a Garveyite, I mean, again, that's a label. Do I study Marcus Garvey? Do I know about the representation of the red, black, and green, which is simply the colors of the flag that he made up? Those are not the only colors that it represents either. You know what I mean? There was already a red, black, and green flag, but it was in a different order. Those of you who don't know that, now you do. But research it for yourself, okay? So what I'm saying is, from this point on, you know what I mean, if you're not trying to meet in person, face-to-face with your cell phone turned off, okay, where nothing is on video, nothing is recorded, okay, if you're not trying to meet and be scrutinized and have a severe background check done on you, because I've learned enough from brothers such as Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, Dr. King. There's a lot of our ancestors that gave us vital information, and we are just doing nothing but regurgitating the same information, trying the same thing. That's not what I'm about, okay? I'm about being real, address the situations, and basically, for lack of better terms, push a line on the people that are going to be involved with me, okay? So I'm not into just tearing nobody down. I'm not into just forgiving everybody. Oh, man, you did this. You okay? You need some help. Get some medicine, see a doctor, and come back and be with us. No. You don't get 3 strikes. You get 1 strike now. You get 1 strike. 1 strike and your ass is out. Point blank, no forgiveness, nothing. We used to have a thing about ostracization, and that's what we used to do, okay? We used to ostracize people, okay? We didn't have prisons. We didn't have no torture chambers or none of that. When you didn't do right, you was kicked out of your tribe, okay? And the only reason why tribes even fought back then was for land. It was almost ceremonial, okay? It wasn't nothing just to kill and destroy. Remember, we wasn't fighting people with guns and different stuff, and when we had battles, amongst each other, it was basically spears and sticks and stuff like that, and shields. It wasn't a whole lot of gunplay. It wasn't just to be murdering life, you understand me? So a lot of you guys really need to do your own research and really study. You got some of these people that's coming on here, they're making money off of you, and you are gladly paying for it, okay? That's kind of asinine in itself. We know our issues, okay? And anybody that wants to continue to support somebody like the brother, he did it to himself. He did it to himself, okay? And for y'all that fell for it, he did it to y'all, and y'all probably want to just check yourself and again, take some self-accountability and some self-responsibility, and let's move forward. And again, if you're not trying to meet physically, you know what I mean, in a group, no private motels or hotels, in a group where we can sit down and discuss this like people, this social media is just that, okay? It's an experiment. So when you're ready to move beyond that and move into these rooms, and so we can discuss strategies, then we can go forward. If not, it's like playing a game of Ring Around the Rosie, okay? And again, let me just say this. I don't do religion on any level, okay? I practice self-spirituality. I don't need to practice no spirituality in no group. I don't need to be around nobody burning no sage and doing no hoondadoos and all that kind of shit, because that's that cult type shit. I'm not into that. I'm into being real, authentic, and making progress. That's it, Jay. I mean, that's what I had to say. If you want to question me, you want to talk to me some more, we can do that. This was a beautiful show, Jay. Thank you for having me. I appreciate your invite, brother. And, again, personally, you mean a lot to me, Jay Allen. You know that.
Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate you, too, brother. Brother Rod, Cheryl, you guys. I want to thank my co-host. I want to thank all the callers. I want to thank, everybody made the show what it was. The truth needed to become. Yeah, can you hear me? Rod, are you there? Okay. The truth needed to come out, like I said, and it came out on this show.
Are we on the air?
Yes, we are. The truth needed to come out. The truth is there, and there you guys have it. You know, great show. The callers made the show what it was. I want to thank the victims for stepping forward and actually giving the truth. And like I said, the brother needs help, and, you know, we need to reach out to this brother. I know in some situations people don't get a second chance. You know, that's just a game of life, okay? Sometimes they do, okay? But how much do you love black people, okay? Are you willing to help a brother that needs some help? Because he obviously needs a lot of help, all right? Solution, I would say, was first start with yourself. Start loving yourself. That should be the first thing that you do, okay? You cannot project outward on anybody else your opinions, your views, anything like that until you get it right yourself first, okay? You got a lot of people that's on social media, and you got a lot of people that are following them, that are buying into what they post, and this and that. And guess what? Social media actually can be a facade, and it actually can keep us stagnant from the real work that we need to do. It's, you know, it's nothing wrong with posting all day your ideas and things like that. A lot of you guys know that I have my site, my page, Blacks Be Like, where I put out a ton of information for the people, but at the same time, it's about actually doing the work, okay? We can sit on our hands. We can be, I don't know what you want to call it, keyboard gangsters, you know, keyboard professors all day. That means nothing. We got to get out here, do the work to change the community. We got a lot of things going on in the community that people need help with. So let's go ahead and do that. Tune in on April the 11th, which is Monday. April the 11th, which is Monday. We will be having Blue Pill from Sawnetter TV. He'll be on the Jay Allen Show. So go ahead and check that out. And that is it, people. So as I always say, progress involves risk. Take a chance on yourself. You can't steal second base and keep your foot on first. Keep going and keep growing. Peace.
Honey, steak's on. Come on outside. What's with the boots?
I'm sick of getting stung by fire ants.
Don't worry, I used Amdro fire ant bait last week.
I don't know. You've tried other stuff before.
Amdro's different. It's a bait. Fire ants think it's food, so they take it back to the mound to share. Once the queen and the other ants eat it, the whole mound dies. Boom, gone.
You're barefoot. Amdro must work. Off with these boots.
The backyard is so much better barefoot.
Enjoy your yard with Amdro fire ant bait.
Now that's better.